Hey everyone, welcome back to Sally Mama's Kitchen. So today I'm going to be showing you a really quick weekday stir fry. Easy, honestly, one pot meal. It's got veg, it's got meat, eat it over steamed rice. It's delicious. It's an eggplant and ground pork stir fry. It is my version of a is it what it is in Chinese, but I don't make it as complicated, and nor do I make it as oily, because you know in restaurants they like deep fry the eggplant, blah blah blah. I don't do that. I do the easy way. It's done in 20 minutes. Super delicious. Let's get cooking. Okay, so this is the optional ingredient. It's these little dried fishies that I have, because the original recipe, like I said, uses salted fish, like dried fish, but I don't really use that for anything else. So I happen to have these in my fridge. It keeps in a glass jar really well for like months. So I add this, but you don't have to. Just tastes better if you do. So just mince it up a little bit. Okay, next is a whole lot of garlic. It's very simple, just mince it up. Okay, so the star of the recipe really are these eggplants. I like to buy Japanese eggplants for good reason, because they have a lot less seed and they're delicious. So go to an Asian grocery store, make sure they're firm, and just give them a wash. All you're gonna do is cut the tops off, and then, so this is the way I was taught by my grandmother, and you know what? You just do as you're told. She said that it would stop the eggplant from going brown and would taste better, so I just do it. I mean, you can cut it up, but she told me never cut an eggplant, really. So all I do is I take a knife, slit it down the middle, not all the way through, you're just breaking the skin really, and then put your fingers in there and break it in half. And then you take it again, the other half, and you do the same thing. Just careful with your, with your hand. So basically I'm just gonna do it into quarters. Don't worry if it doesn't actually split all the way through and it's all, like, clearly I don't know how to cut straight, but don't worry, it doesn't really matter. And then the other thing is, again, because she said not to cut, just take, I guess, like the length of my 4 fingers and just break it apart. That's it. And if you think it's getting a little thick at the bottom, just cut it again. No big deal. Okay, so the other key ingredient that you're gonna need that unfortunately is not an option is miso paste. So I use this in a lot of things. So I keep this in my fridge in a Ziploc bag all the time. This is the one I buy. It's the red one, and it's really salty, but it's delicious. So get a bag of this. It keeps for a long time because it is like some sort of fermented beans, really. It's the same stuff you put in miso soup. So this is the one I use, red. This is the brand Shira Kiku, and that's the one thing that's non-negotiable. And of course I use lean ground pork. That's it. Okay, so we're ready to fry. Really simple. I use a wok because, with any Asian cooking, wok is always the easiest. And again, start with cold oil and put in your garlic and little fishies if you have them, and turn it on high. Once it's been sizzling for about a minute or so, you can add in your ground pork. And remember, spread it out. Once you spread out the meat, you can add in some seasonings. Really simple. Just a bit of light soy. Just a bit, because your miso will be, really salty. A bit of dark soy, some white pepper, and a touch of sugar. Just give that a good mix, and then cook your meat through. Okay, once your meat is virtually cooked, I'd say like 90% cooked, toss in your eggplant. And just give it a good toss. Once you've given it a good toss, just add some water. Clamp on a lid. And let it go for like 10 minutes and see what happens. Keep moving it. Okay, so it's been going like on full rolling boil for about 10 minutes. I've been tossing it through every few minutes. And as you can see, the eggplant is totally cooked through, tender, but not like mushy and gross, because otherwise it'll melt away. This is when you want to add your miso paste. So just add it directly. Depending on your eggplant, you might need to add a little more, a little less, but you know, I'd say go on the low side. Now, also depending on your eggplant and your meat, I suggested to start with 1 cup of water. If you need to add more water, just add a little bit at a time. You don't want the soupy, you just want enough to make a bit of a sauce. And then just coax the miso into the bottom of the pan so that it'll melt away. It'll take a little persuasion. And it's okay, some of that eggplant's gonna get all mushy and, you know, melt in there, but it's all right because the majority of it will still stay whole. Smells so good already, guys. Once it's all in there, just give it a taste. Mmm, so good. It's done. And turn off the heat and serve over steamed rice. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like these, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and little bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. For full recipes, you can always check out my website, and don't forget you can leave your questions and comments below. See you next time.